So that's us. That's our, the two red lights are us. We're the twin flames floating around. All right. What's the blue light? That's our spaceship. We're floating around outside the spaceship. You hear what's playing on Chris's radio inside? You made me love you. I didn't want to do it, except I wanted to do it. You wanted to. So this is our twin flame report tonight, and it's all about me and John. Because who needs this young blood guy when you've got a fun stud, hung stud? He's calling himself. John is calling himself hung stud instead of young blood. But I said I'm not going to call you that, Chris. John, I'm calling you fun stud because you don't got to. I know. I'm just being just the way I am. Yeah. Hung stud. But if you want me to call you hung stud, but please be anybody but young blood. Yes, this is what we're talking about tonight, right? We said we're not really talking about young blood per se. That's all been covered. We can look back at the last couple of days of videos with Ian Dury and all that. It's up to you guys to catch up, but you don't know what a lightness of spirit I am experiencing right now. I do. I do know. Well, then I guess what I'm saying is that nobody out there maybe can comprehend out where, down there, right? Because people out here and my fellow spirits in the outer realms, they know, and we've been having a nonstop party, as you know. Yeah, it's been pretty crazy, folks. It's been a whirlwind, and John is like so excited in every way, but because of Youngblood, but not Dominic Harrison. He's got the same last name as George. George, yeah, I'm not surprised you didn't even care about that. All right, stop it. That's funny though. We never even noticed that. Poor George. He's even getting short shrift this way. You think you're related to? No, it's probably once a Harrison, always a Harris song. Dominic Harris song. Listen. So John's experiencing this tremendous lightness in his spirit because since Youngblood burst onto the scene, especially in the United States, but also all around the world, the phenomenon surrounding this kid is pretty unprecedented, and he's causing a big stir. Rock stars are like splitting up camps. Some of them hate him, some of them like him. Everybody, I think, is a little blown away by him and threatened by him because of nothing's made this much of an impact on the music industry, and I don't know when. Not even like Billie Eilish, none of that. Everything else pales in comparison to what's going on with Youngblood. It's really like the Beatles. In a lot of ways, it reminds us of the Beatles. But John says, go ahead, Johnny. It has taken the pressure off of my soul in such a profound way. I'm not saying that my fans love me any less. That's not what I'm talking about. But there's been a shift, a seismic shift in their attention and their compulsory Lenin grasping antics. Many are now focusing on Dominic, right? Youngblood, right? He's the Youngblood. You're the old stud. What happened to Fun Stud? That's good too. Fun Stud. I'll even say Hung Stud if you really want me to, but is that really necessary, honey? You know what, hon? What? You're a nice girl. Thank you, baby. I do my very best. You're getting very romantic too because Valentine's Day is coming. We have a new Valentine's Day art project that's underway. We have a lot of surprises coming up. What are you going to get me for Valentine's Day? I'm not saying that because I'm looking for a present. He's saying in my ear, wait till you see what I'm getting you for Valentine's Day. Well, you're going to be so surprised. It's going to be like the greatest Valentine's Day we ever had. What is wrong with you? I'm just saying. All right. Can I get a hint? No. All right. So I said, what could be better than what you gave me, like for Mother's Day / Easter? You gave me 2 kittens. I mean, that was like the most. Oh, wait a minute. No, you're not getting me a puppy. I can't take care of a puppy right now. No. Well, but as soon as you're able to, you'll get one. But that's not it. Unless one shows up on the front door, and then you have to adopt him because he's lost or he needs a home. It just hit 555 when you said that. Are you sending a stray puppy over to this house? No. What if I did? If you did, then we'd take him in. I love you for that reason. Thank you, huh? You're such a wonderful woman. Thank you, sweetheart. That's great of you to say. And you're a wonderful, wonderful guy. Fun stud. Yeah. So anyway, so that's the story. Like John has like experienced so much soul pressure from people down here grasping at his memory and his just everything about him. It's look up egregores. We've talked about egregores. Look it up. It's spelled exactly what it sounds like. Well, that egregore activity has taken its toll on John's spirit because there's so many people out there who have misrepresented him. There's so many people who put a lot of responsibility on John's energy, like for their own life, or they put their own lives on hold for reasons that have to do with being obsessed with John. It's a real it's a soul tug, and he's been going through this forever, ever since he crossed over. And I'm not the only one who talks about it. When John was channeled by our friend Professor Bunny, and you can look back at the videos, he talks about it there in 1986. How hard that is to be that soul that everybody just clutches to and clings to and expects things from, and like the savior. And it's like it kind of exonerates them from having to do any kind of soul work on themselves. Everything is just like, if only Lennon was still here and blah blah blah. And it's such a cop out. It really is a cop out, folks. John, what are you saying? They found a new messiah. The young blood is in. There's been a seismic shift. This is the year one. And I actually got chills last night because we were watching some more of the YUNGBLUD reels. Because now that I know he was Ian Dory, I'm just fascinated, and I can see it in everything about him. His whole mannerism is Ian. And Ian, yeah. YUNGBLUD is the only one other person I've heard say this since 2026. He was talking to an interviewer and he said, well, we are in the year one. And I said, John, he's talking our lingo. Mm-hmm. And John said there was going to be a seismic shift in January 2026. When YUNGBLUD appeared on the Grammys, everything exploded. And I'm just like, I do feel the shift. And that kid, a young man, he's ready to go to work, I think. And he's really, I wish him Godspeed, that he really has a very positive impact on everyone. And I also think that the older rockers out there who are like getting all uptight and saying, who does he think he is, saying he's going to save rock and roll and all this stuff. Ease off a little bit. Ease off a little bit of that guy. He's working really hard. Don't be so dismissive. You can't do this forever. I'm one of you. I'm an old rocker too. Me, Lena. John's an old rocker too. John Lennon. You can move over and make room for a very charming, very talented newcomer who wants to do good things in the world and is like getting off on the right foot with that. God bless him if he wants to have a few beers here and there. Good for him. God knows I kept drinking well into my 50s. That's over now, but again, we came down on him about that a little bit, and I was like, you know what? That's hypocritical too. I got absolutely nothing to say, and yes, my opinion has shifted since I found out that Ian Dory was the walk-in energy to that child that was Dominic Harrison, and that's what happened. And now he's an able-bodied young man who can spring around like a fucking kangaroo, and he's not a cripple anymore, and he's a musical genius, and he's got, and his lyrics are good, and they're going to get better because he's got that divine energy, and he does have divine energy. I'm proud of you. Thank you. I feel very excited to be on the ground floor, and we're spreading the word about this, and people are like, what's this one talking about? I'm getting a lot of messages on my inbox privately saying, wow, you're interesting. Yeah. So, well, what I want to say is that this whole thing is also bringing more positive attention to our mission. Right. Yeah, it's all tied together. It's all tied in. Even Youngblood's people from his team sent me a private message thanking me for all of my posts. I mean, that's something. It's all very exciting. I'm also really loving the interaction with Sherilyn Fenn of Twin Peaks fame. She played Audrey. She's a very progressive, spiritual powerhouse. She, I think, just turned 61, so she's right there in my age group, and she's a fellow Earth Mother goddess, and I look forward to hearing more from her. And that's it, right, honey? Yep, that's it. It's a great day. It's a great night. It's the weekend is shifting the view here. Yeah. So tomorrow, Sunday, we'll sleep in a little bit, but then I want you up early because I think we're going to be doing some music tomorrow early, and I would like to get out the art supplies and at least start physically conceptualizing. How did you say it? We must harvest our supplies. Yes, we're making a really cool Sergeant Pepper's acrylic. I won't say anymore. Yeah, but it's. Can I say what we got to work with? Well, it's good. Yeah, just the one thing. If anyone's ever heard of Mod Podge, that's really cool shit. That it was big in the '60s, and it's really great for mosaic work. So this is sort of going to be a mosaic work, but it's also going to be like kind of claymation work. Like it's going to be very cool, and it's the Sergeant Pepper's colors, and it's going to be beautiful. So, and then of course there's a heart shape involved because, well, Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts, lonely no more, lonely no more. Mother and Father, we thank you for a great day and a beautiful evening in the year one. Yesterday was a number 9 day, so today is a 10, right? Yeah. Yeah, today's the number 1 too. Yeah. All right, great. This is excellent. Yeah. So we wish everybody a good night. And again, thank you to Ian Dury / Youngblood for working so tirelessly to make this home team what it is. And everybody, let's look forward to like a really rockin' new year right now. I have more hope. Knowing what I know on this level, I have more hope than I've ever had before. I don't know if you can tell. I can, Lena. You can tell? Yes, I can. I sure can.